Most people follow the path laid out for them. Graduate, get a job, chase the weekends, and then repeat. But what if you chose something different? Me and my twin brother Omar grew up in a regular middle-class family. We were decent at school, but deep down we knew that we were meant for more and we wanted to do something great and not just follow the traditional path. So we bet on ourselves. We started building a business from scratch. We literally had no roadmap, no skill sets, no connections, just a vision and the drive to figure it out. In the beginning of every single person's business journey, you always think, oh, you're gonna hit 10K a month and you're starting from zero in like 3 months or 6 months. But the harsh reality is that your journey to success is going to take a lot longer than you think. And even though this may sound counterintuitive to all of the advice you hear online, extend your timeline. Think in 3-year long periods, think in 5-year visions, think in a decade-long visions. If I had the chance to go back to my 15, 16-year-old version of myself, I'd give him the advice that block out the noise. Don't look at people online and think, okay, you're gonna magically make this 10K a month or make millions of dollars when you're still 16, 17. Most importantly, when you respect the amount of time it will take to genuinely go on to build something great that's gonna pay you dividends in 5 years, in 10 years, in 20 years, you protect your reputation in the process.
Never ever do something that can hurt your reputation. Always treat people with respect, and even if they disrespect you, so be it, because at the end of the day, your reputation is the one thing you have from the beginning that you need to basically protect with everything you have, because how people view you and how people talk about you to their friends, to their family, to their network, it means everything. Because we've had, for example, instances where we're providing great work for a client, and then behind the scenes, that client is speaking to his friends, speaking to people in his network about us, our service, what we do for him, like what results we've been able to produce for him. And in the other guy's mind, it's like the reputation we built off just purely of doing great work in the first place is super good, and he views us as people with knowledge, people with experience, etc. And at the end of the day, you guys need to remember this whole journey of becoming successful and living the life you've always dreamt of is a journey, and it's a long journey, and you need to accept that in the first place. You need to always protect your reputation, and basically there's no need to rush the process.
Enjoy the journey, enjoy the struggle, enjoy the pain that comes with all of this, knowing that one day all of the sacrifices you're making right this moment are just going to be so worth it. It's easy to look at success and the finish line and knowing subconsciously that one day you'll have the supercars, you'll have the, dream life, the dream business, the dream clients of yours. But I swear, the happiest moments were when we were actually in the process, and especially in the beginning when we didn't really know what we were doing, but it was in those moments where work actually felt, just way more fun. Of course, today it also feels fun, but once you're starting out, it's like you're learning this new vehicle that's gonna make you X, Y, Z amount, and it's like you're failing, but then you're getting up, you're learning different things, you're signing new clients, you're fulfilling for the first time. Because back then it meant so much for us, just like landing one client. It's like you go from the traditional education, school system where it's like you're doing all the tests and it's like you're supposed to show up every day, to you showing up for yourself and actually putting in the work. So in our instance, that was like doing outreach, landing our first couple of clients. Because those moments when we got off sales calls and we landed our first couple of clients, it was the feeling is literally indescribable. And even if you're watching this and you're a beginner, you will 100% experience this. But if you've gotten a couple of clients, you know the feeling I'm talking about. These moments right now you're in, it's going to be the best moments to look back on. And one day, you look back at all these moments and you'll realize how strong of a person you were, because you stuck through when shit didn't go right, or stuff went south, or a client decided to leave you. This mindset alone will create the confidence you need in order to see success in business.
Walk through life with confidence, abundant mindset, and never ever have that scarcity thinking. And let me basically explain this more. You see, confidence isn't just like you believing in yourself. It's also having that abundant mindset of you already have the things you're desiring, the clients, the money. 99% or the majority basically, they live out of a state of fear and scarcity. So for example, if you're running a business, you need to always believe that there is a abundant amount of customers, clients, and people you could sell a service to or offer a product to. Because especially if you're running a business, as I mentioned, when you walk into that client call or prospect call or business meeting with a abundant mindset that, okay, I probably need this client, but I already have a bunch of them behind my back. And do I really need this? Probably not, because whenever you conversate with that person, your abundant thinking will basically show off when you're speaking to that person. Because a scarce person, they will always try to be needy. Like they will say, oh, please, like our offer is super good, this, that, our product is the best. But whenever someone with like an abundant mindset and thinking, they will always conversate in a way where they don't really need that person, but okay, it would be good if they were on board with that business or that company. And one thing you got to make sure is you can't let fear and loss in your life and your business dictate your decision making, because when you're in a state of fear, when you're in a state of loss, your human instinct is to basically become needy or be thirsty for whatever you're desiring.
As you grow and evolve, so will the people around you. As you grow your business, as you become a better person, a more well-rounded person, so will the people around you, because you'll start noticing your circle, the friends you talk to on a consistent basis are gonna change, and this process is completely natural. And keep in mind, it's not a bad thing to let go of, let's say, old friends, because sometimes for you to get to that next stage, you need to start, one, surround yourself with the type of people you want to be surrounded by and the type of people you look up to. Start surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, people who challenge you, people that you genuinely look up to in the business field. Try to get close to people like that, because that's going to catapult your success more than anything else. And I wish we knew this earlier. And from this take, if there's one thing you need to remember, it's surround yourself with great people.
Surround yourself with great people that have done great things, and especially a great team, because when you're around a circle or like a environment of other people also in the same journey, or people that have probably already done what you're trying to accomplish, your journey to success will be, I'm telling you guys, 10 times easier. Because it's like that common quote where people say you're the fifth person of the group you're hanging around with. So if the group you're hanging around with are all trying to accomplish great things, you will most likely be the fifth person that also accomplishes great things. And one big part of just your surrounding will of course be your team. It can even be a small team, like 1-2 people that you have by your side that helps you fulfill, helps you do acquisition, etc. Just having those people by your side will just immensely help you, because as I mentioned previously, the journey can get lonely, but when you have people around you, it's like you're using them as accountability, you're holding them accountable, they're holding you accountable, and this just creates a spiral of like momentum that just forces you all to work and grow as a company, as a team, to new levels and new heights. And remember, imperfect action always beats perfect planning.
In the beginning, when we first started our agency, we thought that like you had to have the perfect systems, you had to have the perfect fulfillment systems, you had to have the perfect acquisition systems in order to like reach 10K a month or 20K a month. But the truth is, imperfect action beats perfect planning every single time, because a lot of people, when they first get started, they get stuck in this period where it's like you think everything needs to be perfect in order for you to see some sort of success. And that could be, for example, landing your first 1 or 2 clients. But the reality is, and of course we wish we knew this earlier, the 2 most important parts of your business, client and customer acquisition. So that's one of the biggest things you need to focus on, because you can create the best service, you can create the best product there is out there, the best SaaS product, the best agency service. But if you don't have any customers or clients to put that product to test or that service to test, you don't have a business. Because a business without revenue, it's not a business, it's just a side hobby that you don't really care about. So, and the second thing after acquisition is client and customer fulfillment. So how do you actually go on to fulfill your service or product that claim you're making that the customer is going to get, right? So in the beginning of your journey, and just like overall, don't try to be perfect. Try your best to focus on things that genuinely matter, because if you always think, oh, I want this thing to be perfect, it's never going to be perfect, because like perfection comes over time. It doesn't come from your first time doing something that you've never tried before. So keep that in mind, guys. Like, imperfect action always beats perfect planning.
Protecting your energy in business, especially at the early stages of your career, is super important, because like throughout your journey and like whatever to success and like entrepreneurship, on the come up, you will always have people that are trying to steal your energy and trying to get you to not go to your dreams and like maybe go out one night and do stuff that in reality will probably not help you get to where you want faster. What you need to do in that situation is basically tell everyone no, because you actually need to make a decision right now to protect your energy and basically refine your skills and stay relentless with what you're doing. Because when you stay consistent with something, you'll see the momentum build up, like spiral of momentum and compounding that will like allow you to see great returns. Never ever stop refining your skill sets. You should never ever stop doing the things that basically got you to the position you are today. Like, it's actually funny I talk about this, and this is the last step, because today I wrote some copy for one of our clients' launches, and the angle of the copy was basically don't ever stop learning. So don't ever stop learning. Don't settle for your current skill sets. Always be in the mindset of a learner, and a person that educates themselves on a constant basis. Because what you guys need to understand is the whole market you're in and like you're selling to overall is basically always evolving. So, and if you put yourself in the position of you being like stagnant for like 6 months, in your head you might think, okay, you're just going like on a straight line, being stagnant, and nothing is really happening. But in reality, every market, every single niche, whatever you're doing, it's never stagnant. The market is always evolving. People are getting smarter day by day. Prospects are getting more like high IQ, or like people that you're selling to, they now know that they're being sold to. And this is just the common thing that happens. And what you need to do is you should always basically stay ahead of the curve. Wherever the market is right now, you can't just stop learning and stop educating yourself. What you need to always do is learn new stuff, learn new skill set, because this just makes you more valuable as a person. So don't stop working, keep improving, keep growing, and that is literally the key for long-term success.